Hi, I'm Christian Guzman, and I approve of the Board Shorts and Banter podcast.
What is good, people?
That's it. Just clapping everyone's ears to start the podcast off and deafen all of our listeners. Go on, Tom, continue your intro.
And everyone that's asleep in my house too. Fantastic. But people, welcome back to the Board Shorts and Banter podcast. Yes. A contract has been signed. I am back from the dead. And I feel like since I've been away, the podcast has actually been doing better, which is just fantastic. Do you know what I mean? It's just great, isn't it? It's like really nice to see that. Like when you're away on holiday, you're checking out the podcast to see how it's doing, and it's just doing so much better. So thank you very much for that, Josh.
Yeah, my worry was that I was going to let the podcast down. So obviously, for those that aren't aware, Tom does all of the technical stuff with the podcast, the uploading, I'm on the guest side of the podcast. Tom's on the operator side. So I had to learn how to do everything. I was so worried that I was going to cock it all up. So yeah, I'm just glad that we're able to get a couple of episodes out. I also did my own thumbnails. Have you seen how well the thumbnails have done on YouTube?
Yeah. So I think because you've made the thumbnails from scratch, they are doing better, to be honest. I have a template there and I just kind of bang it together.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing twice a week, it's just maybe we just need to start. Well, I need to start putting a little bit more effort into them. You can see I've started to get a little bit more creative with them, like the birthday and stuff like that. But
yeah, mate, they're good.
We're just gonna have to bite the bullet, and we're just gonna have to do the thumbnails.
Yeah, look, if I do the thumbnails and you do everything else,
okay,
I think that's a fair deal.
Okay, so you get the fun, creative bit, and I just get the the clicky bit. How did you find the video editing? Did you have to edit any bits or not? We don't. We don't edit.
No. I just kind of winged it. There was a couple of moments in the last episode with Jack where we both nearly got cancelled, and we discussed it after, and we both nearly got cancelled at the same point.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't go down the road.
Got you. Okay, but mate, last two episodes though, class. Really, really good. And obviously for you guys listening, I hope you did enjoy them. Hopefully you didn't enjoy them too much to the point where you don't actually want me on the podcast anymore. But yeah, well done, mate. The podcast lives on.
Thank you. Welcome back, obviously. How was Ibiza?
Do you know what? It was good, but at the same time, it's made me realise that I do, and I knew this anyway, but I do just love having my routine, and I love work. I genuinely love work, and as dumb as that sounds, and you get towards the end of the holiday, a lot of people feel like they're not ready to go back to work. I'm all right, no, I'm actually ready to get back to doing what I do and loving what I love. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it was good fun, but a few days ago, I was going to bed at this time.
Oh,
so yeah, you obviously going away. You're going away to Australia today.
Yeah, going this afternoon.
Okay, so you're going to Australia this afternoon. We've had to wake up this morning 6 a.m., 6:30, and so it's a little bit of a shock to the system, but I'm here for it, mate. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us any more about the trip to Ibiza? Did you see anybody? Did you go to any concerts?
Concerts, yes. Josh went to many concerts, as you would call them. Now, so we if anyone that's been to Ibiza, obviously there's probably quite a few of you that listen to this. We went to a place called. No, we didn't go Pasha this time. We went to High Ibiza.
I was going to say, did you go to High?
Yeah, I went to High Ibiza, and it was fucking awful. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
The best club in the world. When you're in Ibiza, right, you see the advertisements everywhere, and High says that they are the best club in Ibiza. They aren't. They literally just are not. Don't get me wrong, it's a great venue, but it was just, I don't know if you've heard this, but in Ibiza, they really, especially over the last few years, they really oversell their venues.
Oh.
So it was 150 euros for one ticket per person to get in. And then in terms of the actual numbers in there, thousands, bro, thousands and thousands of people in there. It's ridiculous. And we were in there until about 5 a.m, literally like this, like sardines in a can. And the main event that we went there for was Kind of Music. This is who like we just
No, that's who you like, innit? You
Yeah.
like, yeah.
like Afro House. And went there to see Kind of Music. That was on the last night that we went out, and bro, it was just awful, like genuinely awful. Like it just ruined kind of like it didn't ruin the trip because it was a great trip, but considering we went out there primarily for that event, we timed it for that week, and it was just awful. That was a bit of a letdown. However, we went to, I'm sure you've heard of Amnesia.
It's a song by 5 Seconds of Summer, isn't it?
I mean, it is, but it's also the name of a club.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes, we went to Amnesia and we saw, well, there's a few different people there. Do you know, like, I think Danny Howard was playing there.
Oh, Danny Howard from
Salado.
Radio 1. Salado.
No, was it Salado? I can't
Do I like Salado?
Anyway, yeah, you would have had a great night, mate. You would have had a great time.
Just seeing what songs Salado do. Salado.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. There's multiple artists there, and that was a late one. We didn't get in until about 7 a.m. on that one, I think it was. And yeah, so much better. It wasn't completely oversold. It was still very, very busy. Like it's getting quite bad in Ibiza where they just completely oversell everything and they're just money hungry when it just ruined the event. However, that was actually a better night than the main night that we did go to, and we went to that one last minute as well. So yeah, overall, decent holiday. But my favourite part was probably just going to restaurants. Just going to restaurants, having some nice food. And anyone that goes to Ibiza, right, go to Old Town or Playa de Bossa, however you say it, that's where we stayed, and go to somewhere called I think it's El Punto Gelato, just a gelato place. Oh my fucking God. We went there every single day for gelato.
For ice cream.
For ice. That was the best part of the trip was the ice cream, mate. Honestly.
Right. When you were talking about how oversold the club was, right, and the late nights, I was thinking this is definitely not for me. But since then, ice cream and more ice cream. I think that's more my vibe. I could get on board with restaurants and ice cream.
Oh, honestly, like the restaurants that there is in Ibiza are like unreal, like so good. So we went to, like, my favorite part of the whole trip was going down to Old Town in Ibiza. So that's like the traditional area where you've got like the small little kind of cute seated like restaurants outside, like all family run and stuff like that. Sat on little stools like this, little tiny tables. It's all like street lit and stuff. And it's just really, really nice. So if you go to the right parts of Ibiza, you can have a great time. But a lot of the time people just go there, party, stay in their hotel, by the pool, hungover all day, and they see none of the island. Versus, we got out of the car, we went and explored, went down to, I can't remember the name of the area. Useless. It's all a blur to me now. Just went out to the island and actually explored. And bro, it's such like a beautiful island if you actually get out and about. But I feel like that's something you do once you get like a little bit older, like me now, a little bit more mature. Just eat ice cream, eat good food, go out and explore, and then have a little bit of a party on the side. So all in all, mate, really, really good trip. If I was to go back again, I think I'd probably go to less events and I'd probably just go around the island more.
I might come to that one then, mate.
Yeah, mate, genuinely. It's not what you think it is if we do it right,
Yeah. I won't be doing it next year though, because I am a bodybuilder and I take bodybuilding seriously, and next year I'm going to do well in my shows.
Yeah, I've pretty much fucked it now, haven't I? Because
you have, mate.
So I've had 5-6 days off training, so that basically just means that the whole of prep next year is off now. Yeah.
Or you have to delay it by 6 months because of 5 months for every day that you missed it in the gym.
Yeah. So like pretty much now, whatever I do next year will be shown on stage. Like whatever I've done this year, like the gelato that I've eaten, the sessions that I've missed, like you will be able to see that on stage. And
you've got it.
Mate, I tuned into the podcast when I was away, whilst I was away, and I nearly booked like one-way ticket coming back. Just left everyone there, but I held off.
Good man. How did it feel, right? Like being replaced by 3 people that have achieved your goal?
and then be told and then be told that obviously what I'm doing right now is not gonna lead to what I want to achieve, which is what you guys have. It's just, bro, it really hurt, man. It really hurt. No, I thought it was sick, mate. The pro show. I honestly think that you should make that a thing. Does it suck that I'm not invited yet? Yes, but at the same time,
I think that makes it slightly better for you. The
Yeah.
fact that you're not invited.
yeah. Like I just get the boot from my podcast like once every like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. When you do the pro show. It's not bad.
Lol.
No, but then we've already discussed this. So what I was going to do, and what I want to do, is get together some of like the best amateurs in the UK. Not saying that I'm one, and do the amateur hour.
But there is a podcast called The Amateur Hour by Conor Launder and Tom Taylor. So
Okay, well we're not doing that then.
yeah. So maybe in fact, you know what? Just steal it. Why not?
I've got it.
Boys.
I've got it. Rookies and cookies.
Oh, for God's sake. Cookies.
So basically just sit there and eat cookies and chat.
Yeah.
And then we stay rookies because we can't stop eating the cookies.
I've got it. Yeah. It's a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe. Anyway, Tom, ask me what I did at the weekend.
Josh, what did you do at the weekend, mate?
I did something equally as fun as going to an event at High or Amnesia.
Really?
Yep.
What'd you do?
I went to the UKDFBA.
Sick.
Yeah, mate, sick. That's one way to describe it. Boring is another.
Was it that bad?
Right. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I'm not gonna say some of the things that were said to me, but the atmosphere was cold. I got there. I was like, trying to talk to people.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. There's a phone going off somewhere, and I need to go and turn it off because it is making me go clinically insane.
Right.
2 seconds.
Pause the podcast.
Pausing.
Ready? Go on then. Tell us about that.
Oh my God, I'm out of breath. I literally just ran up the stairs. I'm so unfit. I'm not going to win my pro card next year. So basically, sorry people, just had to pause the podcast and run upstairs. Georgia, my lovely girlfriend, is currently ill at the moment. She's supposed to be waking up. It's currently 7 a.m. Phone's been going off for the last 10 minutes now, and it's right by her head. And she can't hear it because she's just a little bit ill at the moment. So that's absolutely fantastic. But anyway,
bless her.
Josh, as you were saying, the UKDFBA show, how was it?
It was, like I said, it was a pretty cold atmosphere. I'm not going to go into detail on anything that was said to me or any interactions that I had, but it just cemented for me that I do feel that the UKDFBA's reign as the number one bodybuilding federation in the UK has very much come to an end. You've competed with them. I've competed with them. Did you compete at the Athena in Leicester?
Yeah.
Great venue. Great venue.
Really good venue, yeah.
They've gone back to where it was, prior to moving to the Athena, which is the Bedworth Civic Hall. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Lee did a post-show wrap-up with AJ on YouTube, and he made a point of like, oh, yes, people can go out for food with the family and friends, like because the show finished at a reasonable hour. Congratulations. But there was literally only a Greg's in Bedford, or whatever it's called, Bedworth. So,
I mean...
Yeah, it's like, yeah, nice one. Show finished on time, but now you've got to drive half an hour to go and get some food. Great.
What time did the show finish?
Oh, like, I don't even know. Like 4 o'clock maybe. We really weren't late, but I think they were only like, in men's physique, he was dead.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, dead. So, Masters, I think they were like 6 or 7. Decent turnout. Johnny Clough won. Shout out to Johnny. Johnny's sound. Johnny's
an OG, man. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah. Then in juniors, there was 2, Leo Woods and Finlay. Finlay, who listens to the podcast, Leo won. Finlay obviously came second. Could have gone either way, that one, to be fair. But
yeah, I saw them both class.
2 people in juniors, and then it were like 8 in each open class.
2 in juniors.
2 open classes, 2 juniors, yeah, and then 2 open classes, which had like 8 or 9 people.
I've never heard of a finals in the UK having 2 juniors. That's wild. And then how many? 8 in the open?
18 men's physique short, 18 men's physique tall. It might have been 9, but definitely no more than that. And just across the board, the short class was who won it? Who won the short? Grant Baggett's won it. You know,
Right.
Grant?
Yeah,
Shout out to Grant.
Yeah.
I think Grant listens to the podcast from time to time. I like Grant's physique, but it wasn't a very competitive class.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tall class was won by Peter Gardner, who won.
Love Peter's physique, personally.
Yeah. Don't think he was as good as what he was at the PCA or WNBF, but I think he's done like 3 peak weeks in a row, so it's hard to get it right.
Was he super flat at the UKDFBA?
I thought he looked really flat.
Yeah, because
so if he's competing this weekend, Jack, his coach, listens to the podcast. Jack, fill that boy up.
Literally,
fill him up.
Because some of the I went and skipped through. Obviously, as you do, you skip to the most important category. Skip to the feedback on the UKDFBA YouTube to the men's physique, and they said that Peter needs to be leaner. And I don't think he needs to be leaner. Maybe
No.
maybe in terms of like muscular, because I saw him in person, obviously at the WNBF. He is fucking peeled. The only thing he does need is probably more density from the rear, more muscle to show that condition. And then if he wasn't as conditioned at the UKDFBA, it's probably just flatness.
Yeah. Look, he's been on prep a while. He's done a decent amount of shows in a short period of time, and for a first timer, it is pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Peter won that class. Oh God, a guy called called Joey. He came 3rd at the WNBF the week before, in Jake's class, and then it was one of Tim Stewart's clients in 3rd, and then Jake came 4th.
Joe Redmore in 3rd. Yeah.
Yes. Who's the guy that came 2nd? Yeah. It was fine, but if there was like, if you was to directly compare the WNBF to the UKDFBA, the WNBF was far better, like standard wise, depth wise, you name it, and also like the turnout rate. There were quite a lot of dropouts because obviously, like the UKDFBA, they posted they had like on the wall the people that were doing each class, and juniors were meant to be like 5 or 6, and obviously only 2 turned up. There were like meant to be 12 in each open class, I think, if my memory is correct.
I wonder why. I wonder if it's just because it's late in the year now and people have had enough.
I think it's the what do you get from it? They gave out PNBA Pro cards for the first time at the finals.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Johnny won the overall, and he won his PNBA Pro card. Congratulations, Johnny. Yeah. I just didn't think it had the prestige that it's had in previous years. Obviously, I didn't go to bodybuilding the day after, which I heard was pretty stacked. But I'm not as into bodybuilding as I am men's physique. So
yeah, wild, absolutely wild. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how next year pans out with shows. It's going to be really really interesting.
Yeah,
based off of that.
I obviously having conversations with like the men's physique boys, it was like, I'm going like, oh, congratulations, like yeah, I'm ready to take the step up to WNBF now. It's like, okay, at least that there's a a tier system here. Quite funny.
Yeah,
just such a crap venue, to be honest, mate. You just ruined it. They had they had the stage on like a slight elevation, so the stage was tiny, and it was like a stage on a stage.
Right. What was the lighting like there as well?
Pretty dark. It was like fine. Yeah, it just didn't. Honestly, mate, it felt like that I went to a few NPA shows earlier on in the year.
Yeah.
It felt like one of them.
Right. Got you.
Very comparable standard as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for the majority. Obviously, the people that won the classes were obviously very, very good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wild.
Maybe standards. Maybe standards not the right word. Maybe depth is the right word.
Yeah, I feel like both. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out, because with how that WNBF show ran, and obviously how late it ran and how popular it was, I feel like next year is heating up to be a massive year for the WNBF, and like a lot has to change versus the finals for UKDFBA, and obviously it's over 2 days. That's like a lesson. Yeah, like it may not have had like as good of an atmosphere and whatnot, but that is definitely like a much more efficient way to run it across the 2 days. And if you did that with the WNBF show, I feel like that would have made things
mate,
level up,
right.
especially with that. Even
Sorry,
if they
guys.
kept it, what's the name of the theatre? It's the Crescent Theatre, isn't it? Even if they kept it at the Crescent Theatre for the WNBF, you good?
Yeah, good.
So yeah, even if they kept it at the Crescent Theatre for the WNBF
They're
across
not.
2 days, I know they're not, but even if they did, that would still work.
Yeah.
So
It's going to go to a bigger venue, hopefully over 2 days. It'll either be over 2 days or they'll figure out a way of making it run smoother. I think just for almost like making sure that it runs smooth, you've just got to do it over 2 days.
yeah, and I've got some insider info.
Tell me.
I'm going to spoil right now. I don't know if I'm allowed to. It's in Ibiza.
Oh, I knew it. It's in a location that's very easy to get to Ibiza if you want.
Yeah. And you've got El Punto Gelato just next to it as well.
Oh, they're the main sponsors, bro.
Yep. Ice cream, bro.
Mm.
I know, of course not. But anyways, mate. Anyways, shall we? Well, hang on. No. Tell the viewers where you are going this evening.
Oh, yes, boys. Yeah, so today's the day. Me and Annabella are flying to Australia in, 14 hours as
Jesus
of right now.
Christ.
My heart is like, boom, boom, boom. It's been a weird one because, like, we've been talking about it for so long now, like literally nearly, 15 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been planning going. And now that it's, like, kind of here, it's a little bit like, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
But I was brushing my teeth last night and I was like, oh my fucking God. Right. Since day one of me and Annabella meeting, I have spoke to her about my time in Australia, right? To the point where, like, to me, Australia is a little bit like Narnia. It's a place just of stories.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's not actually a real place. It's just a place that I've got loads of good stories and memories. And now we're going.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Are you excited? Is it like that? Is it that weird mix of like you're anxious because it's a big change again? You're going for how many weeks again?
4.5, 5 weeks.
4.5, 5 weeks. What am I going to do with myself, bro?
Mate, yeah. Well, you're going to have to find people to do the podcast with. Do you know if you end up screwing the podcast up, the pro show is just going to become a thing?
That's fine. No pressure at all, Tom. No. So technically, if I don't screw up the podcast and the pro show does become a thing, technically the podcast isn't screwed. It's actually doing better.
Yeah. And we can just go on more holidays and the podcast will get better and better and better. That's the dream.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but obviously with me going away and the time difference being a little bit of a struggle, plus adding in the fact to that I'll be in a camper van for 3 weeks, we are going to be knocking down the frequency of podcast episodes to once a week. If obviously we can do more, we will do more, but just be prepared, listeners, for a reduction in frequency.
Yeah, and
I think that's fair. Like when we said that we're upping it to 2, we've not missed a beat. We've not missed a single week of doing the podcast since we started the podcast.
No.
So yeah.
And they get it for free, so they can fucking, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to be reducing down the frequency, but we're still going to be getting an episode out every single week. And to be honest, mate, I think that's better than no episodes for fucking 5 weeks.
Yeah. Defo. Oh, mate, I'm gonna have some like mad stories as well. I can tell.
Mm-hmm. But the reason why as well is because I would rather give you guys a good podcast per week rather than 2 podcasts that are just like ticking a box. Like we don't do this podcast just to like tick a box, just to put an episode out. It's like, no, like we generally want to give some value and something that you're going to enjoy. And if that means temporarily putting it down to 1 episode per week, then so be it. Be it. Josh needs a break. I've had my break. I get a 5-day break. Josh gets a 5-week break. That just goes to show
who works harder.
Yeah, who works harder, pretty much.
Yeah. Who wants it more, bro? This weekend as well, like I'm obviously very excited to go, but there's so many things that I need to like manage that I wouldn't have done, in previous years. So like this weekend, I've got Jake and Charlie competing at the PCA British, which is obviously very exciting.
Yeah.
But the time difference may suggest that I will be having a very, very, very late night.
Right. Okay. I might actually be there at the finals.
Do you have any show shine?
Yes, I do. So I'll be able to sort the boys out for you.
No,
if I'm there.
They've got the glaze that they need. They've just not got the show shine. And Jake's getting his tanning done by Nicola.
Right.
Do you know, right, one thing that I learned from the weekend, another thing that I learned from the weekend, Nicola at A1 Tanning is so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's wicked.
I've been tanned by her a lot, but I think it's because I've seen so many tans this year. And like, I'm almost inspecting them going, oh, that's not great. That's not great. Nicola is so good.
Yeah.
Buzzing. Yeah. So I honestly, even if you're not competing with the UKDFBA, it's probably worth reaching out to Nicola and finding out if she could tan you, if you are obviously, wanting to get a tan from a expert. So yeah.
We need to get her on. We've spoken to her about this in person before, and we genuinely do need to get her on because I can imagine the stories that she's got from tanning, mate. Class.
Have we spoken to her before about? Oh, mate, she'd be hilarious.
She listens to the podcast.
Yeah, she does, to be fair.
Hi, Nicola. Hi, Nicola. Mate, and she said that she wants to come on. I said to her, we'll get her on, so we need to make it happen.
Nicola, you are invited to come on. She's a legend. Right, did you put a questions box up?
I did indeed. Let's get stuck into some questions.
Did you get any questions?
I did get some questions, did you?
Yeah, I did.
I did indeed. Right,
I'm going to kick it off. Finn Cartwright, who came second at the UKDFBA. Thoughts on WNBF Spain show? Looked absolutely mental. I'm blown away. Did you see the WNBF Spain show?
No.
Right. There's a guy called Babacar Niang.
Babacar. Why? Is he African?
He is black, so he's insane. Right, I'm going to tell you about Babacar. Babacar was a WNBF pro. He's very good.
I can see him right here. Wow.
Right. Let me tell you the story, Tom. So Babacar was a WNBF pro, absolute monster, one of the best naturals in the world. He then went and won his IFBB pro card.
Yeah.
Did a few years competing in the IFBB pro. The WNBF obviously then revoked his pro card.
Right.
He's now decided to come back to the Natties. So that guy turned up to a frigging amateur show. He won his class, won the overall, and won the pro fucking show.
Oh my God.
Babacar Niang. He's one of the best.
One of.
If not the.
Looks like the best.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I remember when I competed in 2020, or either when I won my pro card in 2021. I remember
Yeah.
seeing his photos like literally a week post show, and I was like on a high. And I remember seeing it thinking, I've got to put some work in.
Do you know what though? I do feel like if I didn't go to Ibiza for the past 5 days, I could have had him.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
Do you
the
know what I
things that
mean?
you've got to weigh up. You need to, shall I message him? How often do you go to Ibiza?
Yeah. So like, do I want a gelato and a good high and to get home at 6 a.m. or do I want to beat Babacar? You know,
Babacar, no stress. Niang.
that's
Fucking hell.
Oh my god. Yeah, but even the guy to the left of him there, far left, he's insane.
I
Unreal.
honestly I was blown away when I saw it. The guy is unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
listeners, go and see him. Babacar Niang.
Go down to the WNBF Spain page, and then scroll down to this woman here. Look,
Jeez.
what's that?
What's that? What's
What
that
is
about,
that?
La?
Yeah, that looks insane, mate.
Yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely
cool.
wild.
Oh my god. Babacar
Do
Niang.
you know?
I love you.
I have always wanted to go over to the WNBF Spain and compete.
Mate, I didn't think the lighting were very good.
No, it looks absolutely awful, but the shows look amazing. I feel like Spain always really do well with like bodybuilding shows. They just look good fun,
Yeah. I think on my list, WNBF Spain's quite low down. Oh my days! I'm in love with Babacar. Men's physique. Who won it? The guy that won the amateur overall went and won the pro show as well in the men's physique.
Right.
David Hostile, who won the British pro show, came second. The guy that came second at the British came third there, and yeah. Looked a decent show. Like I said, the lighting didn't look great, and Spanish people have such a generic look. They all look so bloody similar. It's got to be so tough to judge. So I said to David,
do you mean in their face, or do you mean like in their physique?
That mate, the physiques, the skin looks so similar.
Yeah.
Like they've all got like almost like the same structure, like with their abs and stuff. It's mad. It was like literally like someone had just gone copy and paste at the baby making factory.
It is quite weird, isn't it? Like across races or countries, I guess you could say, like like Filipinos. A Filipino physique when you see a Filipino physique. Do you know what I mean? Like Jeremy Potvins, the Jeremy Wendy, and I do know what you mean. Like when you see like a Spanish competitor, they do have like similar traits within their physique as well. It's very weird, even though like from completely different like genetic lines.
Yeah,
it's pretty mad.
Yeah.
Right. Next question from G_Jim Bailey.
My boy, Georgia boy.
My boy. How was Ibiza and what was your favourite bit? As I kind of already touched on this, Mr. Jim Bailey. Is it George? Georgie boy. Honestly, not even going out to clubs. I think this is a sign of maturing. It was walking around and eating ice cream and going to nice restaurants in the old town. That was my favourite bit.
How was it going with like your girlfriend?
Wicked. So good. What do you mean like to like events and stuff like that?
Yeah. Because if I went to an event with Annabella, right?
Yeah.
Second someone looks at her, I'd be like, wanted to go chasing after them. Stop looking at my girlfriend.
You're just insecure, bro.
Yeah, I'm a controlling boyfriend. Sorry.
You're a controlling, insecure freak.
Thank you. I am.
No, mate, it's fine. She's a raver. She likes a good event. I mean, she's a sensible girl, but she does like an event. Like she likes drum and bass. She likes.
I thought you were going to say she likes dropping pills. She likes drum and bass.
No, definitely not. But no, she's very. But the reason why I'm with her because she's very similar to me, and she loves a good rave. So yeah, no, it's class, really, really good. To be honest, mate, she could probably hack a rave better than me now. It's one of them.
You are a bit of a drip, though, mate.
I am. In my
Just
old
been
age,
talking
mate.
about how much you like ice cream. Slightly concerned.
Yeah, just a bit of a drip.
I keep getting random thoughts in my mind. Literally, in 48 hours, in 36 hours, I'm going to be sat on Bondi Beach. Fuck. Oh my God.
Is that like anxiety through excitement?
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is where I always say that like fear and excitement are always like a very similar
Yeah.
feeling, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the anxiety is because of the travel, but the excitement is because, like, you know, that end goal of you being there on Bondi Beach, having a gelato, mate.
Right. Ian Talbot Balfe.
Oh, here we go. Come on.
I am debating. You can decide whether this goes in or not. If
Cool.
you had to give Tom a blowjob
Mm-hmm.
for him to live, would you do it?
Mm-hmm. That's a hard question, bro.
It is, especially, mate. It's made even harder based off of how well the podcast has done the last 2 episodes without you. I'm joking.
I was about to say, the real question is, would you save the podcast by, you know, giving Tom a blowjob? And I feel like that has probably got more weight to it than saving my life. So that's the real question. Fuck my life.
Would I do it? Of course I'd do it. Of course I'd do it. No questions asked.
Oh, you're disgusting.
As if you wouldn't let me die, bro. Ian's there going, good lad, Josh, good lad.
Well, I appreciate that, mate.
Yeah,
you know, I get to live, and I get a bit of satisfaction out of it. I don't know how much I'd enjoy it, but you know, it's
you never set out to put effort in, so yeah. Anyway,
we've got another question from Mr. Talbot Balfe.
Oh, for God's sake!
He's clearly got it on his mind today. Maybe he's been doing it to someone recently. How much dick would you suck for a WNBF pro card? It's a very good question, Ian. I wouldn't, because I don't need to do it to get one.
Okay, Ian, mate, what's going on? What's going on, bro?
He's got something on his mind, man.
Are you all right? You know, people know what you look like now, so you're going to get people come up to you in the street and just ask you if you're okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what we should have done with Ian on the episode? We should have put a paper bag over his head so that people don't know what he looks like.
And that like voice changer was like,
yeah.
Right, next question.
Agam Saini 58. My name is Agam and I approve of the Board Shots and Matter podcast. Yeah. Assuming you do all the work, oh my days, and it lasts longer than 5 mins, you count morning sexy time as fasted cardio? No. I should have read that question before I started reading it out. I just assumed it would be.
I love how he highlights you do all the work. What's your heart rate at, bro? That's what I'd ask. I'd have to start like an exercise session on my my Apple Watch, and then see what my intensity's like.
As Chris Bumstead would say, I would just view that as an additional expenditure. Like you did a little bit of it, an additional, but equally, I would not view that as an expenditure. I feel like this might not be the right time of year to discuss it, to be fair, because people's preps are coming to an end. But have we discussed it before on the podcast about sex drive and like being on prep?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I do. I am of the camp that it's very much stress related. So like when stress is high, the drive is low. Because I've had conversations with people, because like I'll make it a bit more of a thing that I'll say to people like during prep, what's your sex drive like? And then if someone goes, oh, well, you know, it's fine, it's there. The people that are like generally more stressed about competing, they have a more significant drop off. Whereas the people that aren't bothered, or not bothered, but a little bit more chilled about it, they maintain it throughout the entirety.
Yeah, I'm just speaking from like from the experience of having actual data to back it up and experiencing it myself. I've experienced what it's like to obviously the physiological effects of no sex drive. Yes, stress related, of course, but from being able to go through the the full experience, if you want to call it that, right? Not the experience of prep, like as in like the sexual experience, and then the end result being, is that it? Or feeling like I'm a 70-year-old man through the
What?
symptoms.
It's like literally like nothing come out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
I've experienced that physical thing where I've been in a good place mentally. I've managed to go through it and then be like, oh, wow, that's not normal. Yeah. So I've experienced that physical thing. And that's obviously going from 29 nanomoles of testosterone down to 7, you know? Yeah. So I've experienced that physiological. So there's two elements to it. I definitely feel like, I've even spoken to clients where I've asked them the same question, like, what's your sex drive like, blah, 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 blah. And typically when they've got their show out of the way, they've had a little bit of food over the course of like 3 days, and then everything's returned. That's definitely stress related. But when it's long term, drawn out, then it's definitely physiological, because, hormones are very slow acting, in the sense of like, you're not going to be able to recover that quickly over the course of like 2 days. It's going to take like weeks and weeks and weeks, like it did for me. Even when all the shows are out of the way, the stress has been dropped. You're eating food again, but things still aren't back to where they needed to be. So yeah, there's definitely two massive elements to that though.
Yeah. Jack Kinsey Clough.
What a guy.
Jackie's a really nice guy. I saw him at the UKDFBA. I said hello to him. Jack has asked, best part about being a great frigging bodybuilder. I don't know, mate. I'm still just slightly above average. I will let you know, though, when I reach the great frigging bodybuilder tier.
I feel like it's the time that it took to get there, bro.
What's the best part? I think the best part, like, I'm not saying that I'm a great bodybuilder, but reaching a certain level with things, the best part is the fact that you've stuck at it, and knowing that like you've just backed yourself. Because so many people, like I have calls with people all the time about competing, and they almost want like someone to go, do you think I'm good enough? It's like, no, don't put it on me. Don't put it on someone else. Ask yourself, do you think you're good enough to compete? Do you think that you're good enough mentally, strong enough mentally, disciplined enough to go through an entire prep? It's not necessarily like, well, what does other people think? It's like, what do you think of yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Jack definitely asked that question just so we could say, we don't know what it's like, bro. You let us know.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Next question. Life advice for a aspiring teen bodybuilder, and this is from lwsa.gym. Cool. So life advice for an aspiring teen bodybuilder: get ready for a long road, bro, and just be patient with it.
Yeah. I have the opinion of, and will stick to it, if you're a teenager, please don't compete. Just wait.
Yeah.
I've won a junior British title. I've won a open British title and a world title. No one gives a shit about your junior title. No one gives a shit about your teen title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's not what matters in the long run. You don't get anything extra for it. You don't get any extra like, oh, wow, he's a teen.
Yeah.
You do on Instagram and TikTok, but again, from other teens that aren't really going to pay an interest in you in like, a year's time. So don't compete, just wait.
The main thing that's going to dictate your progress is time, so respect it. Don't rush it.
Yeah. Equally, don't waste it. Friggin' hell.
Yeah.
Don't waste time.
From Eoin, I'm going to really, it's EOIN.TNT.
Owen.
Owen.
That's what he's now called, Owen.
Sorry, Owen. If you could only live off one flavored whey for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Raspberry white chocolate perform.
Sweet and salty popcorn perform.
Both solid. Yeah, both really good. George Bailey has asked again, if you could have one of each other's body parts, what would it be? Tom's jaw. Wow, striated still.
Yeah, I haven't gained any weight since I've been back, mate. No, since I've been away. All that gelato.
I should think so, mate. You've not slept. You've just been boogieing. I'm surprised that you've not lost weight. Did Mo lose 2 kilos?
Something like that, yeah. But he didn't eat gelato every day.
Okay.
The roles reverse. I would have. I think I'll just have Josh's. You're going to be surprised at this one. Actually, no, I'm changing my mind. I'd have your midsection.
I was going to say you'd have my abs. I'd give you my abs. You need my abs. What was you going to say? What was the one that? Oh, you'd be surprised.
I can't remember. Fucking hell. I can't remember.
Okay. Can't be that
good. Right. From Mr. _ Dom Kirby.
Oh my God. I
We love you,
love
Dom, bro. We love you, Dom, bro. Would you rather spend the rest of your life inside or outside or inside?
Inside.
Outside. I feel like
I
you'd
say
go
inside. I'm looking outside. It's foggy. It looks cold. It looks so grim.
I feel like
Ask me on Friday, bro.
Yeah, but I feel like inside. Do you know, like, oh, that's a tough one. I think if you had the provisions and the means necessary to stay warm and be comfortable outside, I'd say outside, because naturally we're supposed to be outside. Versus if you're inside all the time, like you're in fucking prison. Even people in prison, bro, need to go outside, or else they go fucking insane. So I'd stay outside.
Okay.
I've got another question from G_Jim Bailey.
Bloody hell, George. Do you even do your job? Do you know George is an aircraft engineer?
Is he?
Yeah. And he's asking all these questions.
He's a podcaster. He's clearly not fucking working hard enough. He's a podcast engineer
not working
now.
hard enough, bro.
You ready to get your pro card next year? According to David Langsdale, no. So, Mr. G_Jim Bailey, I'm not ready to get my pro card next year.
David will be sat listening to these going, I didn't mean it like that. David,
Guys,
we know we're just making the most out of what you've said. It's out on the internet now, bro. It's there forever.
Yep. But do you know what? All I'm going to say, I'm ready for the work. Whatever it takes, bro.
Look, my opinion has changed massively on the old pro card situation. I don't think it should be anyone's aim to get a pro card. I think you should just aim to put your best physique on stage and give everything that you're willing to give to the process, every part of the process. So off-season, prep, whatever. Give everything that you're willing to give. And if that's pro card worthy, congratulations, welcome to the club. If not, just keep putting in the work. You will get there eventually. And if you don't, you've enjoyed the process, hopefully.
Like, look, if I like, this is the thing. I say all the time, I want to get my pro card. I want to get my pro card. Cool, yeah. I actually, I don't think anyone that gets to where I'm at in the time that I've competed, I think people start to think about, oh, do you know what? It'd be nice to get a pro card. It'd be nice to kind of achieve that next goal now, or get like a British title, whatever it is. And I'm saying, oh yeah, I want to get my pro card, and I will get my pro card, and I genuinely believe like I do. And if it's next year, cool. If not, if it's the year after, cool. But equally, so long as I bring a fucking better physique than what I did the last time I competed, what else can I ask for? If that, as you just said there, if it's pro card worthy, cool. If not, you go again when the time's right. It's as simple as that, man. But I'm just instilling some confidence in myself, and getting after it.
I obviously, when the last show that you've done is a Worlds and you've won it, I'm not worried to compete again, but I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever result I get. So if I go and do a PCA show and I get beat, I'm ready for it. It's not going to ruin my life. Equally, if I go and do like the British Pro show and I don't come in the top 5, I'm ready for that. Yeah. As long as I put a physique on stage that is better than last time, like, I am genuinely happy with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you, Tom, should view it as well. Like, if you go out on stage and you look considerably better than last time and you come 3rd in your class, that's all that matters. You're going in the right direction. It's not, winning a pro card in your like mid-20s, early 20s isn't for everyone.
No.
It's for a few people that are, gifted in some ways.
Yeah. And I'm fully aware of the fact that like when I do get my pro card, if I do, I'm going to be like an average pro. You know, I'm fully aware of the fact that like when I do get to that point and I am getting into pro shows and whatnot, I will be bottom of the pecking order. You know, and it's like, cool, that's just something else for me to work on and something to fuel my training more. That's
Yeah.
exciting to me, you know. So
Yeah.
I just love I love the challenge of it, man.
Yeah, I think Kez is like a really good person to learn from. He did really well, you know. He won his pro card in Dubai, and then he went to the UK and didn't get in the first call out. I actually don't know what position he plays, but he's got such a good attitude of like, I know what I need to work on. I'm just going to work on it now.
Yeah,
It's like great.
he's got something to fuel him now. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that, you know. So if he hadn't won his pro card, and you know, if he had kept just kind of like, you know, compete. Obviously, he's won a British title, but if he hadn't won that pro card and guarantee his next few years of training, won't have that same fire in him potentially.
Yeah.
So he's now got that thing to fuel him going forward, and that's exactly what I want as well. You know. So exciting times ahead. You got any more questions?
Yeah, mate, I've got loads. Would Josh continue running as his form of cardio following his recent running experiences? No, I would not. It hurt so much. I actually tore my calf a little bit. I had a massage the other day, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I think you've torn your calf." I was like, "Fantastic." That was from running. I have built a physique for bodybuilding. I would have to like unbuild it and then rebuild it as a runner to have any form of success running.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Actually, I do have an idea. But Ryan Terry did running as part of his cardio for the Olympia. Yeah.
Wild.
And obviously, how's he been able to manage recovery? You take bloody SARMs, peptides, and all the gear in the world. You don't get injured then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I don't have that, you know, kind of facility, you know.
No, not us, mate. Just dirty natties. Question. It's from like a user 155. So this is it. Literally looks like a bot. Someone's definitely got like a ghost account here that they're using to just ask questions. And it's not even a weird question either. Advice for someone advice for someone traveling, going on holiday, and staying on track for their bodybuilding goals.
Nail protein, take creatine with you, make sure that you're training as often as you can. I've got my gym membership sorted already in Oz.
Have you?
Yeah. So I've got an Anytime Fitness membership because there's Anytime Fitnesses all up the coast of Oz. So me and Annabella's got 1 month all access to the gyms. Obviously, I think it's going to be a good idea as well because in the camper van, I don't really want us to use the shower or the toilets. So if you've got access to like loads of gyms,
that's true.
Yeah,
you'll
get me, bro.
Yeah, but then equally as well, it's like you know, but a lot of people say, "Oh, you're going on holiday. Why are you training?" And it's like it's your holiday. You do what you want to on your holiday. Don't feel like pressured to like do or conform to what other people should expect you to do. Like if I'm going on a holiday, I want to spend my time doing the things that I want to do. And if training is a part of that, I'm going to fucking train. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, as you kind of touched on it yourself, like with nutrition, like don't overthink it. I didn't track a single macro whilst I was away in Ibiza. To be honest with you, I just consciously kept my protein intake up a little bit more than, just more. Just have like, when I'm going out for a meal, I'd make sure I'm getting a good protein source. I'd have a few shakes here and there throughout the day. For breakfast, I'd have like fruit and yogurt, like just making small little changes, just consciously keeping like your protein intake up high, normal supplementation that you usually would do. I like to stay a little bit more active consciously than what I would do. Yes, I'm spending time by the pool, chilling out, but also go out and explore, have some good walks, see the local scenery, be active, enjoy your food, keep your protein intake high. If you want to train, stay hydrated and don't stress out about it because realistically, 1 to 2 weeks of slightly unstructured, routine is not going to destroy fucking 5 to 10 years of training.
Yeah. You could always like line your training up with the deload as well. Like this week for me, it's Wednesday today. I'm not training today. I'm not going to train tomorrow or Friday. Might train Saturday. So it's basically a deload week. So ends up working with the plan.
Yeah, I didn't train once in Ibiza, and it was just because I wanted to, but at the same time, it's like my body's just been like a little bit sore. I've had like a sternum inflammation, shoulders a little bit dodgy. So I'm just like, just take 5 days off.
You big chicken. Right. One more question, then we'll finish it up on there.
Beautiful.
Top 3 tips for novices going into their first season.
Enjoy it.
Right. Enjoy it is 1. Number 2, right? I've had a decent year as a coach, and the people that I've competed for the first time, the thing that like I'm most grateful for with them is that they came to me before prep started.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are listening to this thinking, I'm going to start working with a coach at the start of prep, give them an extra 2-3 months. I cannot stress how much of a difference it'll make. Like, for instance, your coach will be able to learn how strong you are, so what kind of like standards to set throughout the entirety of your prep. You'll get your day-to-day structure and routine absolutely nailed. And we'll be able to figure out what foods you actually like to eat, so that when you do start prep, everything's not like a massive change in oh, I hate this, I hate that, oh, this doesn't digest very well for me. You've just got more time to learn, or like you're just giving your coach more time to learn your body, compared to if you were just like, right, okay, now we're going into a deficit. Yeah. So it's not data collection. It is, but it's just making sure that your prep's actually going to be smooth and successful.
Yeah.
I've done it a few times where you start prep with someone and like start coaching them at the same time. And it's such a stress. And if you was to compare like their physiques versus the people that's given me more time, the people that have given me more time have got a way better result.
100%. And then was that tip number 2?
That was tip number 2.
And then I would say tip number 3, don't be a dickhead.
Yeah. Don't be a dickhead.
This is your choice, just for those around you, because if you quickly, be a dickhead, it's going to start ruining relationships around you. It's going to make your prep hell. And it's just not. Just don't be a dickhead.
Don't be a dickhead. Josh Bridgman's left Insight.
What?
Yeah, just seen it on Insta. Yeah.
End of an era.
That's literally what he's captioned it. End of an era.
End of an era, bro.
That's crazy.
Jesus. I wonder what the next move is there then.
Yeah, ESN, bro. Everyone's going to ESN.
Yeah, wild. It probably will be, genuinely.
Yeah. Oh, he might be coming to Pit Stop.
Well, do you know what? Yeah, potentially. We'll see I'll see him at the PCA show then this weekend.
Yeah, buddy. Right. We'll wrap up the podcast here. People, thank you so much for listening. Tom, we'll see you next week. I might not. Tom, have you got any ideas for guests?
No, I'm going to keep it all under wraps, mate.
You're going to have to get like fucking Samson on or Ryan Terry to match.
I'll get Samson Dowder on. Don't worry about that. We're getting
Chris coming to Rotherham this weekend for the Two Bros.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Wild. Well, you're going to miss that now.
God, what a shame. God. God
Jesus.
damn.
It is pretty cool that both Olympia titles in the UK now.
Yeah, that is
open.
So good. Like, I think the best thing for me with the Olympia is that the main people, this is no disrespect to Keon, but Chris, Ryan, and Samson are all such good people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, saying earlier, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Yeah. Like, literally look at the best people in the world. They have done their preps and not been dicks.
Yeah. Like
Fucking
Aaron,
hell. What?
Like Aaron Banks,
He's such a bellend.
That's probably why he got one title and one title only.
Yeah. And why he doesn't have the hardcore following like Ryan and Chris.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, right. Guys, thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Keep showing the podcast the love that you have done recently, because it is growing and that's what we want. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yes. And Josh, of course, your time away, mate. Enjoy it. Switch off. And the podcast will be absolutely fine without you. All right. You don't add anything to it at all.
No,
definitely not. Right then, people, thank you very much for listening. Catch you in the next one. Josh, go have fun, mate.
Oh, I'm scared.